Last episode, Bliken and Stripe attempted to avoid a fight with the hungry wild dogs, throwing severed limbs belonging to the deceased soldiers at the camp at the wild dogs that had the party surrounded. After fighting over the delectable treats, 2 of the dogs ran off with their delicious prizes. The rest of the 20 dogs continued to act aggressively towards the party. Prince raised his sword and yelled at the animals, causing half of them to take a step back. Sorin used the Mold Earth spell to remove the dirt from underneath one of the mutts, causing the rest of the animals to attack. Stripe animal handled 3 of the dogs into becoming compliant and friendly, while Sorin expertly wielded his Mold Earth spell, trapping dogs in holes and even burying 2 of them alive. Veszelyes used her sleep spell to control the battlefield and place multiple dogs into a slumber-like state at once, while she rode about the battlefield on her mount, Curva, keeping away from harm. Prince tore through some of the animals with his greatsword. The dogs struggled to even reach the heroes, as ready actions, spells, and actions protected the party from any harm in the initial fight. As the fight progressed, Stripe seemed quite interested in keeping the animals from harm. He urged the rest of the group to leave the dogs be, but only Veszelyes and Bliken appeared to heed his words. Bliken used his quarterstaff and eldritch blasts to slay some of the beasts. He tried to attack some of them non-lethally as well, but struggled to keep them alive after landing blows. Bliken did manage to knock one of them out with an eldritch blast, but Prince stabbed it to death shortly after. After the battle was over, Bliken raced to save the dogs, while Prince and Sorin raced to hack them to pieces. Bliken managed to tie one of them up and protected it, while Sorin and Prince massacred the other 5 dogs. Stripe was saddened by the murders of the defenseless animals. Prince was covered with blood from the dogs he had killed. Prince then attempted to butcher the deceased dogs for meat, but was extremely wasteful, hacking them to pieces with his greatsword without obtaining useful cuts of their flesh. A small band of famished goblins arrived through the bushes, with 6 hungry dogs in tow. They began to rummage about some of the tents, looking for food and shiny, precious things. Stripe approached the goblins and had a brief conversation with them. He realized the creatures were hungry and just looking for food, so he handed them a ration, which one of them ate immediately. The goblins eventually made their way over to the clearing and got a look at Sorin and Vess. Realizing they were fancy and probably possessed wealth, the goblins demanded shiny from the 2 nobles. Veszelyes was quite disgusted the creatures attempted to speak with her and her brother. Bliken pointed Prince out to the goblins, who was attempting to hide nearby. Prince offered to give shiny to the goblins. He kindly approached and attacked the goblin in front with his greatsword, breaking its spine. A battle between the goblin group and the adventurers commenced. The 3 dogs that had gained trust and rapport with Stripe were torn apart by the new arrivals. Vess gave bardic inspiration to Prince and casted Tasha's hideous laughter to disable one of the goblins. Sorin dropped a goblin into a hole using Mold Earth, causing Prince to get an opportunity to dispatch it with his greatsword. The goblins managed to move in on the fearless Prince, surrounding him completely on all sides. The evil little monsters hacked away at the brave pirate, and one even shot him with a short bow. Prince took massive damage, but managed to escape from their grasp, covered in wounds, his own blood and the blood of enemy goblins and wild dogs. The goblins' dogs attacked the dog Bliken had tied up, tearing it to shreds and killing it. Both groups of dogs began to battle each other, while Curva got attacked by the wild dogs as well, being bitten twice before being able to run a short distance away to relative safety. Vess casted Sleep again, hitting goblins and enemy dogs alike, gaining a tremendous amount of control over the battlefield as many hostile creatures became incapacitated. Upon seeing both Prince and Curva were badly injured and fleeing the goblins, Stripe approached Curva and did his best to calm the majestic creature. One of the goblins shot one of Stripe's new dog friends dead with an arrow. A limping and badly bleeding Prince shot one of the wild dogs dead with his short bow. Meanwhile, Bliken connected with an Eldritch Blast, killing one of the enemy goblins. A goblin killed Stripe's last remaining dog with an arrow, right after that. Suddenly, the party heard a big commotion. They saw a small entourage of goblins emerge from the woods. 6 well-fed, partially armored goblins walked into the camp. In between them was a 7th goblin, larger than the others. This goblin wore a chain shirt, carried a shield, and rode on a giant rat. The lead goblin rode out to the edge of the small cliff in the center of the camp and surveyed the battlefield. He noticed the dead goblins and dogs near the adventurers. This goblin made a confusing proclamation in Common, addressing the party. Before engaging with a new group of goblins, Sorin buried another dog with dirt, using mold earth, suffocating the creature. Bliken, Stripe, Prince, and Sorin utilized part of a broken wall as cover from the enemy goblins. Prince managed to fell another goblin with his bow. The goblin leader, who identified himself as Gonzar, expressed his displeasure with the adventurers' slaying of the other goblins. He rode his trusty rat mount over to the wall the party was using as cover and dismounted. Gonzar attacked Bliken, striking him twice with a sword and badly wounding the young warlock. Then he plunged into the murky stream nearby, poorly concealing himself. Prince maneuvered himself over to the area where Gonzar plunged into the murky water and stabbed down hard with his greatsword. He struck Gonzar and killed him with a single blow. Seeing their leader defeated, the remaining goblins fled, as did their dogs when they awakened from Vess's sleep spell. Gonzar's rat was extremely distraught, seemingly unwilling to leave its deceased master. Stripe had a heart-to-heart with the creature and convinced it to flee the battlefield. The adventurers looted the camp and continued their journey north, concerned more goblins might be drawn to the destroyed outpost. A short distance away from the camp, Stripe foraged for some food to feed the party. He was able to find nuts and berries with minor restorative properties, but he only shared the sustenance with Bliken and Prince, due to Vess and Sorin's poor treatment of him and his brother. Further north on the same day, the adventurers encountered small hovels pressed up against the woods. They appeared to be occupied. Inside one of the hovels, the party met Hagar and Jade, a middle-aged couple that lived there. Vess used disguise self and appeared elven to the couple. Hagar assumed Vess was a high elf in service to Queen Inez of Queensgrace, and treated her with kindness and consideration. He was much less accommodating towards the Goblin brothers until Vess informed him they were her pets. Hagar and Jade told the group of their missing children, Jill and James. They explained beasts and monsters in White Fawn Forest had become emboldened since the arrival of the One Army. Perhaps they smelled the blood of battle. The couple also mentioned the group Blood Mist and described them as criminals, murderers, and rapists that sometimes posed as common folk. Veszelyes and Sorin discussed with Jade and Hagar about possibly forming a search party to find Jill and James after arriving in Queensgrace. Later that night, as the party and their hosts got ready for bed, Stripe and Bliken made a fort using a blanket.
Welcome back to another episode of Power Word Nerd.
Jamesy says, thank God that tree is blocking Steven's face.
Whoa! Damn!
Whoa! Damn, bro! What did you say to her?
Jeez.
Get fucked, Steve.
We'll see how well your Warhammer session goes Thursday.
Sorry for interrupting you, Brian. You guys wake up in the morning in the home of Hagar and Jade.
Good morning, brother. How was your sleep? What are you making?
You said you were making something at the end of last session.
Potion.
Oh, well, that is very helpful. Hello, Prince. How is sleep?
I found God.
You did? What is God's name?
I don't know yet, but he spoke to me. She spoke to me in the night.
Oh, this is female patron. That is very interesting.
She stopped talking to me at some point, but
Oh,
I'll keep trying.
you should call out to her now.
Did you stay up all night? Veszelyes will wake up. Are the homeowners up?
Yeah.
Okay, so she'll cast Disguise Self on herself and take down her hood from sleeping.
How long does that last? A minute?
An hour.
Hour, okay.
I'm going to ritual cast Unseen Servant while that's happening.
Sure.
Okay. And she'll thank Hagar and Jade. Can you point us in the direction of Queensgrace? We must be getting off.
Hagar says, absolutely, no problem. And he walks out into like the front step of his home.
Mm-hmm.
And you see him pointing in the direction of what would be east. And he says, just be careful. Those blood mists brigands are out there. There's beasts that are now violent in the wood. Just take care of yourselves. And if you see my children,
Of course.
please try to keep them safe and bring them back to us, please.
Wait. They're missing their children?
Yeah. Jack and Jill.
Jack and James.
James and Jill.
What do your children look like? Is there anything we could use to identify them? Like, what if they're not alive or in pieces? Is there something we could use to to recognize that it's them?
So Jade starts sobbing and runs inside, and Hagar says, I fear that's possible, but hopefully they're okay.
Yeah,
James,
they're probably not. So I'm just thinking what I'm just trying to be a realist about all this.
You're very callous, friend.
No, I played Callus.
Hey.
I mean, I was a sailor for a while. He holds up his calloused hands.
Okay, well, James was a very happy blonde boy. The last time I saw him, I think he was wearing a blue shirt. And Jill always wears very pretty dresses, and she's in a great mood all the time. She's a very happy girl, but I suppose if they're deceased, as you seem to think they will be, then you wouldn't be able to identify them based on their...
Yeah, they won't be happy anymore. Thank you.
They're the lucky ones. What?
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 Thank you for your hospitality. We shall be off.
Veszelyes will take 15 gold pieces out of her purse, and she'll grab Haggard's hand and put them into his hand and say, thank you for your kindness. And we'll let Inez know of this.
Thank you.
This whole thing.
Thank you, Veszelyes. I appreciate it.
Wait,
And please,
We're leaving, you guys.
why don't you just say, like, he's...
I wasn't going to interrupt you.
and please, if you don't find my children on the way to Queensgrace, let the Queen know. Her rangers are excellent at finding people.
Do I smell bacon?
Madadon.
Well,
I'm just
Jade,
trying to help.
Jade was cooking breakfast. I don't know what she prepared, but I think she's very upset.
Would,
After
I'm gonna have Unseen Servant just dress me because I can't even pick up my clothes.
that happened, sure.
That's gonna have to do my buttons.
would the Queen really send her rangers to look for your children?
Oh my God, Rolan, where'd you come from?
I've been here the entire time.
Got him.
Well, that I don't know. I know she's quite busy, but it is said that her rangers are always doing what they can for the common folk. They're led by a first ranger, a man, an elf, they say, that is missing his nose.
What?
That's what they say.
Damn it. No idea what
How
that
big
is.
is this kingdom?
Well, Queensgrace isn't a kingdom. It's simply a castle that was ruined and is being rebuilt.
Okay, the land's under their control. How vast
Me?
are they?
What are you talking about, me?
Well, I suppose if you wanted to get technical, these lands are all controlled by Dovah. But Inez is the true ruler of these lands. She has the birthright. She intends to take it back from Vigor.
She's currently at war.
I would imagine that they've been battling.
Are they at war? She can spare men to look for poor people's missing children who contribute almost nothing to society. Straight.
No, is this how you woke up today?
He pauses.
Why are you so angry?
He pauses and he looks
I'm
down.
not angry. Oh.
And he looks very disheartened. And he says, what you say makes a lot of sense. I suppose it wouldn't be wise of her to spare men for me.
We don't think so. Oh, you don't know that. They could still be out there. No. They're dead.
Sorin will reach out his hand and tell him, do not listen to these goblins, they are beneath you. And then he's going to say, he's going to like pull out like his...
We are very sure that we are technically beneath them.
If we find your children, perhaps you will join them?
Children will?
No, if we find your children, perhaps you will.
Sign a war book.
It'll be the first children.
Join you in what regard?
In the...
They're followers of Inez. Is a different group.
Oh, okay.
So I'll message that to you.
Who's
Like,
Inez?
no, Inez is the leader of the group in Queensgrace.
He's going to take the book, he's going to like fold it over, right? And they're going to see like the names of the other people on it now. He's going to say, if you sign it here, it'll just say that you will be loyal followers to myself and Vex.
Follow you where? I mean, I suppose if you rescue my children, I'll do anything you want.
Supporters.
Yeah, if you rescue my children, I'll do whatever you need. I don't even care what it is.
I'm sorry first.
Yeah. Just sign first, and we'll make it a priority to find your children.
Sure. And Hagar signs his name.
And
Do you
your
have-
wife as well.
I'll see if she's willing to sign.
Double contract.
He walks inside, and he's in there for a moment. And he comes back outside, and he's like, she's really upset. She doesn't even really want to hear what I have to say right now.
Well, you're
She's
the
just
man of the house.
crying
Perhaps you should
uncontrollably.
tell her to sign it, or put her name.
What?
My sister does make a good point. Perhaps you should just write her name.
He looks uncomfortable. And he says, well, if it could save my children, then okay, I'll do this.
Do you have any?
He signs.
Do you have any idea where they could? What?
Yes,
Oh.
we know they're in the forest.
That's
They're in the forest. They're in Chipolte woods.
Chipotle woods.
Oh, how do
He,
you?
he looks to you and he
told us
says,
last night.
well, as I said yesterday, my children have been missing for about 3 days. We often forage for berries and food in the White Fallen Forest, but I haven't seen them. I don't know what could have happened. The beasts in the area have been very emboldened lately. It must be because they smell the blood of war. And also there's the gang of marauders and brigands called Blood Mist. They've been kidnapping people and murdering and robbing people in the area, and they've been very bold as well since this war began. That's what he said yesterday.
Can you give me my
Am I
folder
there?
that's over there?
What was I missed the part with the alpha no nose.
The first ranger.
He's like the ranger captain.
Ranger captain.
The first ranger
Ranger
of
captain of what?
Queen's
Slay's
Grace.
Rangers.
Of Queen's Grace.
Yeah.
So he's a ranger captain of Queen's Grace. And is he a nobleman?
You know, I don't know him personally. I've just heard the tales that he's very brave, and he's a natural-born leader, and that he's missing a nose.
How did he lose his nose?
Again, I don't even know his name or what he looks like.
I don't know
aside
anything
from
about
that.
him. Tell me more about him.
Yeah. Do you
just know the
ask
stories.
people in public what happened to your arm when he's like walking around like this?
Don probably does.
Don, well, Don says, oh, you could have
Oh,
the
he
rest of your
sounds
arm.
very noble.
They walk
Should
into
be a
Chase.
store.
Holy shit!
And then one of the last questions Sorin will ask him, he's going to thank him for his hospitality on behalf of myself and Vess. And he's going to say, do you know who lives in these other 2 homes? There are 3 houses, correct?
Yeah, there are 3 houses.
Is this the house in the middle?
This house like, more on the left side. This is the one that had the chimney that had smoke coming
Oh,
out
this
of
is the
it.
brick house, and there's the straw house and the mud house.
Yep,
That's
yeah.
right.
We picked the right one because we don't know how to get blown over by the big
We
bad
walk
wolves.
outside. Are the other 2 destroyed?
There's a werewolf outside waiting when you wake up in the morning.
Roll initiative.
That'd be awesome.
Hagar says, he goes, well, in the house right next door to us, there's this old man, Bellamy, that lives there. And on the house next to his, there was a family, the Chinnerty family. It was a large family. It was 2 parents and they had 6 children. But they all left the area due to the beast attacks and the brigands that had been rampaging around. They didn't feel safe here anymore. They traveled through the forest to Queensgrace.
So the house is abandoned?
Yes.
And who was the old man?
He's a stubborn old man. Always has a bad attitude. But he's been my neighbor since forever. He's lived here before my family has. He's always lived in the home. I don't say anything that would make him leave.
So he would know much about the area?
Oh, he would. Oh, absolutely. He would know a lot about the area.
And Sorin again will thank him for his hospitality.
You're welcome. Please find my children, please.
We will do the best we can.
When we find their bodies, will you still come with us?
If my children are deceased?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're gonna be deceased. Oh, you don't know that, Striper. You have to look first.
Again, sir,
We don't even think we should
listen
look.
to these goblins. They are beneath you.
The man looks down and silently, just silent tears start coming down his face.
Say, well, we will do all we can to find your children.
He looks really saddened by
That's what I
Stripe's words.
said.
Just like quietly just turns and goes back in the house and slowly closes the door. He seems to be quite grief-stricken from Stripe's words.
You only spoke the truth.
Vess, do you think it is worth our time to talk to the elderly man who has been here?
Didn't he just say he left?
No,
the other guy.
it's the other one with the vacant house.
She just puts her.
We broke in and stayed with them, taking over their bed. There's just a vacant house.
Oh, whatever. They fed us and
With 6 extra beds.
no, there's only enough for everybody. She puts her hood back up and she's like, I mean, I don't really want to be on the road later in the day because it'll get dark quick. So I'd rather leave now. But if it is something that tickles your fancy, you can speak with him.
What time of day is it?
It's really early in the morning.
Early morning.
Like 7 in the morning.
Alright.
You guys just woke up.
Yeah, talking to him is gonna
Vekni
take
still
all
sleeping.
day.
Okay.
What is the matter with you today, Stripe?
I go and I start to rub Vekni's
What? Or
her
what?
hair,
Butt?
like to wake her up.
Slap her ass.
Slap her ass.
Are you lying on your stomach or on your back?
On my side.
Oh, you can.
He said that just because it wasn't the option you said.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but you could still get that butt.
Slap
Yeah,
that
you can
ass.
still get that butt.
Bliken looks at the butt.
Is Bliken, wait, is Bliken, you're close to her right now?
Yeah.
Mage hand.
No, Soren's gonna have his invisible, unseen servant smack her ass. Well, Bliken's
Hand on
there.
your shoulder.
Well, Bliken's
You have 2
there.
hands. What's that other one doing?
Realize if you're asleep,
Wait, it's a
Yeah, well,
shoulder?
why would Soren do that?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bliken, it is so early.
Yes, we have slept for many hours and we are ready to continue on our adventure. We're
Well-
going to find some children and save them.
Do I know about that? Obviously.
Oh, you would have been there
I
last
wouldn't.
night. Yeah, you know about it.
Now you know.
So she sits up and she's like, alright, well, see, where are we supposed to be looking?
They're in the
Chipotle
Chipotle
Forest.
forest.
Chipotle. Very delicious. It's not as good as
you know
the
you have to change
Dovah
that.
forest.
I agree.
You have to change
It
it.
should be the Chipotle Woods.
It's a
is
Chipotle
the
Woods.
It's the
Chipotle
remember.
Woods.
it's never gonna be the white, whatever. It's,
You can't remember
it's the white rice Chipotle fucking burrito forest.
Chipotle for real.
First you cross the Burrito Bowl River.
Not sponsored.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch out for the aftershock diarrhea stream.
Oh, is that what we call the after the session stream?
Yeah.
The aftershock diarrhea.
I like Chipotle.
Not sponsored yet.
We'll take whatever we can get.
And
I mean,
for
Chipotle, if
Moses,
you want us to
Moses
be a
terrible.
sponsor, you're better than Qdoba, but
So anyway, continuing with the
Make us a
story,
sponsor first.
you woke up with Vekni.
Vekni will get up and go over to Prince, and she's just going to talk to him about what happened yesterday, because she was out picking berries with Rolan.
Sure.
God says we have to go.
What do you mean, God?
Oh yeah, God talks to me.
Which God? There are many.
I don't know. She's God. She She talked to me. She hasn't identified herself yet.
What does she tell you to do?
Well, now she's telling me that we're wasting time and we need to get going. I don't have to answer who it is.
Well, are we going to talk to the old man or continue on
Prince,
to
I never saw you as the
Queensgrace?
pious one.
I wasn't, and then when God speaks to you, you listen.
But which god?
I don't have to answer that.
What was the name of the god on that island?
Seltwagus.
Seltwagus. Is it Seltwagus?
Tartuga?
Yeah, it's a really weird name. Is it Seltwagus?
I
Do you remember what she did to their followers?
I don't have to answer that.
How do you know it's a god?
I mean, who else is just gonna randomly talk to you?
I mean,
Do we know of
there's
spells?
magic that exists in this world. You've seen me charm multiple people.
Look, we're getting meta
Yeah, but-
already.
How is that meta?
Everything you talk to my
When
head.
someone talks to God, they talk to God.
That's a thing that happens in this world.
Do you question the church?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
That would
Brett
have
or
worked on me.
Brett.
How much time do you have? Prince just starts marching down the road.
All right.
So I suppose we are finding some boy and girl.
Veszelyes will jump on a horse. Like, if they're on the way, we're not wasting too much time on it.
Can we go to there?
Bigger Valley
no.
City?
Alright, fine.
Sounds like a bad idea.
I mean, we'd get $1,000 each.
You really should have just told
this
us
on the
that
file.
story-wise we had to go to Queensgrace and then made the place in the upper left like Dragon Town.
That would go right there.
I would have left the group.
Alright, well, that's our pin. So I guess we
How many do we get per day?
3.
Jesus
We're here.
Christ.
Vekni is going to go back inside because of the smell of bacon. She's going to come out with a mouthful of bacon.
Okay.
No, don't
It
take
was-
our
It
bacon!
was on the pan and there was no one watching it.
And I'll say when you walk in the room, when you walk into the main room in the home, both Hagar and Jade aren't there. They must be in the back bedroom.
Crying.
Crying.
So
Doing it.
You hear
We're
this,
replacing
the
Jack and Jill.
faint. You hear the faint sound of a woman
Oh,
sobbing.
they're dead.
Alright, well, I'm going to just take all that bacon.
Yeah,
No, they're
bacon.
not. They're clearly crying.
Some people cry during sex. Ask Jen when she's sleeping with Don.
Wow.
They're tears of joy.
They're tears
Thank
of
you.
joy.
I cry when I sleep.
Joy. Joy. She's like, oh my god, I'm getting blessed with this dick.
Kevin, I always cry when I sleep with Don.
You guys don't have post-sex cries? Like, I thought that was just a thing.
You guys have sex?
Hey, you
I
guys
did
have
once.
sex?
Heading along the
Okay, so we go 1,
Yellow
2,
brick
3.
road.
Does anything happen?
Whoa. Whoa.
We would like to. We just go.
Did I meta too much again?
Relax
Can we
a
just
little
move the
bit.
pin? Like,
And the answer to your question is nothing happens.
Great. We go to sleep.
So,
Whoa.
since Don's the party leader, Don, why don't you roll an unmodified d20?
Whoa.
No,
So
we're
where
fine.
is the
Don's the party
where's
leader.
Chipotle
Quiet,
wood?
second lieutenant.
Where's the Chipotle
8.
wood?
Roll an unmodified d20.
Fucking super
An
weird.
8? Okay.
I believe the road is a day and a third wide.
Well,
So since none of
job,
you set
Don.
watches or anything like that,
Wait, whoa. Why are you listening to
Whoa,
the
whoa,
Don?
Don's the
whoa,
party
whoa,
leader.
whoa.
I am.
Since
You know
when?
what? Everyone just goes to sleep. Nothing happens.
No.
I'm gonna
Unless-
let this happen. I'm not even gonna stop Don.
Well, I only need to sleep
So-
4 hours.
So I'm gonna
No one
honor
else
that.
wanna do
I'm gonna honor that roll of an 8.
Yep.
He's so fucked.
this is stupid, Don.
Man,
So to honor Don's roll of an 8, no one, you didn't have any watches or anything.
I didn't
like
know that was
You didn't cast
happening.
alarm, nothing. So you didn't have anything set. Great. So while Sorin's sleeping, he is startled awake. He hears this whispering coming from the woods nearby. You guys didn't really set up any kind of camp or anything. You just kind of like you got that in your day.
Why
and you
would
just
you-
kinda
That
like,
sounds
push it down
right.
and
That's
just lay
exactly
down.
what we would do.
So
We just
All right.
decide to stop.
that seems incorrect, Dan.
listen, this is what the party leader decided to do.
You go to say no, but you say yes instead.
So Sorin hears this voice coming from the woods. He hears, psst, 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 Sorin, psst, psst, and it startles him awake, and does not wake anyone else.
Cool.
Sorin's gonna like wake up. He's gonna like rub his eyes a little bit. You know, he doesn't even know what time of the day it is. It came on him so quickly. You know,
you don't know the time of day. It's almost like you were speaking with Jade and Hagar, and all of a sudden you're waking up to this whispering like this.
So he's gonna kind of like, come to. He's gonna try to find where his sister is. And just quietly.
She'll wake up. What is it, Sorin?
Her voices come from the woods.
She has dark vision, so she. What direction? Where? Where in the woods?
I don't know.
So you hear the whispering again.
Do I hear it now? Then I'm awake?
Now you're awake. You hear it as well. You hear, psst, psst, Sorin, it's me, Crows. Come talk with me for a moment.
So I only hear
I
it?
have something urgent to tell you.
Okay.
It's about the other day in the tavern.
Crows?
Yeah, he's the guy that we talked to.
The guy that
we rescued.
like 18 of.
And the voice did sound like his voice, and it was it's coming from about 20 feet away from you, from your right, coming from like this thicket of trees.
Okay.
And even with Vess's dark vision, you can't make out anyone through the thick trees.
Yeah, I can't see in the dark anyway. Okay. So, you can hear it though too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Sorin will say, Vess, where is it? Where do we need to go? Can you please hold my hand?
So Veszelyes
Why is that gay?
Veszelyes will make sure. No, it's a girl.
And your sister.
Yeah. It's incestual.
Listen, it's
gives Dan
Game
a
of
big chubby
Thrones
right now.
done by Dan.
I mean, yeah. So Veszelyes will make sure that her hood is pulled down.
Sure.
She'll get up and she'll reach and grab onto Sorin's arm to pull him up, and then.
Is there any kind of moonlight or anything?
No.
No.
It's dark. Pitch black.
And then she'll.
You guys didn't even set a fire.
Yeah, we just collapsed and fell asleep.
Party leader.
Veszelyes will whisper for Crows, you said? Can you please tell us where you are, and I will guide Sorin to you.
A few moments pass, and no answer comes.
I don't know, it appears to have disappeared. What's around us?
So you're in basically an open, not even a clearing, just a small open area surrounded by woods, surrounded by trees. The thickest part of the woods, the thickest trees are from the area where you heard that voice.
So you can see the trees in the
Oh, so we
area.
did hear where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll guide him over there slowly.
Sure. Who is the highest passive perception between the two of you?
I have 15.
Yeah, mine's 14.
Oh no, I'm 14. Sorry, I was reading passive intelligence.
Mine's 15.
Maybe he's sleeping.
All right. So you walk to the tree line, and you still don't see anybody.
So I'm going to use the cantrip Dancing Lights.
Oh.
You might wake up everybody.
Oh.
And I'm going to put it into the woods far enough where any light wouldn't radiate onto them, but it would help my dark vision see as it's dim light, make it like it's bright light.
Whoa. Okay. So as soon as you cast that spell and that light appears, you hear this rustling in the woods of many footsteps away from your location.
Many footsteps?
Mm-hmm. Many, not as in 100. Many as in a few. Like more than one.
Can I tell?
By less than
Can I tell if they're a human or something smaller?
It's human-sized. And you hear them booking it, sprinting away from you.
Sorin, you heard that too?
Did I?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're with her, right? At the
Yeah.
edge of the
Yeah.
tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Veszelyes should be like, perhaps it was his family with him. But do you want to continue just us after that?
I think it is wise, sister.
I could get that pirate boy to come with us, and with the voice of God, he won't say anything.
Perhaps it is best that the most intellectual of the group have this conversation.
So don't?
I'm just
Well, I mean,
I can't see shit.
Well, I'm saying to bring him.
Yeah, I know, but
So he can fight for us if we have to. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna.
it's the worst that could happen.
That's fine. Whatever. We're gonna continue towards.
I don't know.
I'll bring the lights. I'll extinguish the lights, and then I'll continue forward with bringing Sorin with me.
Okay. So how long would you try to travel before giving up?
50 feet.
50, 100 feet. And then we'll whisper out, Crows, where are you?
So you get about 100 feet away from your camp, and you whisper, Crows, where are you? And you get to this like really small clearing, and he appears before you.
Oh.
And he's there with 9 other figures, wearing. You have dark vision, so they all have.
Crows. I'm sorry, from the bar.
Yeah, he's the father.
Like, which ones? Is he the guy with the 2 daughters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
That guy. You spoke
I
with
think
him.
he was literally like the only one who made it out of the bar.
Yeah.
His daughters did as well. And
Oh yeah, but I mean him, the daughters, and the gnome.
Yeah.
He was headed south when we last saw him.
Yep. He's heading south towards the one camp.
Opposite
Exactly.
direction.
Yeah, we got Crows
that's
5
good.
on way.
Yeah, he was going in the opposite direction from where you are now. So you find him, and he's there with 9 other figures, and with your dark vision, I guess Sorin wouldn't know this. You would probably identify that there were figures there, but you wouldn't really be able to make them out. But Vess would be able to make out that the figures, they're a little bit bigger than your average human, and they appear to be orcs.
Are they wearing any distinguishing clothing, like a sigil or anything?
Yes, they are wearing sigils. Not crows, but the orcs are all wearing. There's all sigil on their set of leather armor or whatnot. What they're wearing. It's the sigil.
Orc in a red and white shirt.
This is a sigil that.
He's waiting for you. Oh wait, he's not
I know what that
there.
is. Vess will be like, oh, Crows, it appears you have some friends.
He says, "Oh yes, thanks. Thank heavens you're here." You never noticed before that his eyes had this like palish violet color and a little twinkle behind them. And he looks at you, and you interacted with him quite a bit in the tavern after the tavern, so you got to know him a little bit. And he looks at you, and he makes this expression you've never seen on him before. He does this really, really wide, big smile.
Like a Joker smile.
More like the Grinch when he had that
Okay.
smile that curled around. It's more like that kind of a smile. And he says, "We've been waiting for you. The 2 of you can hand over all your gold now."
It's Pennywise.
And he reaches his hand out to Sorin, and he says, "Pleased to officially meet you. My name isn't Crows, by the way. I'm Lord Craven of Bloodmist. It's a pleasure."
Yeah, yo.
Who?
Lord Craven of Bloodmist.
I don't know the fuck that is.
The
Either the
The
Blood
people
Mist Brigands.
yeah, the people at the house said they were like some people who wandered the forest.
That's literally the people we're looking for, yeah.
Oh, we're looking for him?
No, we were supposed to avoid.
They're bad.
Yeah.
How many orcs? 9?
9.
So Soren's going to say, "It is pleased to meet you, but unfortunately I can't see you. Perhaps maybe you can cast some light so I can see your faces."
I'll cast light.
Sure. So you see that there are 9 orcs
Okay.
alongside the man you recognize as Crows.
Okay. So I can actually tell that he's still Crows, but
He's goofy now.
He appears to be.
okay.
Can I see the sigil again?
So
Red swirl.
Got it.
Soren is going to say, kind of sarcastically, "Crows, you've grown, I've seen."
He's the same size.
No, he's the same size.
Oh, I thought
he's just surrounded by orcs.
Okay. Crow, something about you is different. Did you cut your hair?
No, nothing about me is different at all, except I'm not acting as a meek bar patron this time.
Veszelyes is gonna feign like she's scared and be like, Sorin, just give him your money. And then
Do you hesitate, friend? We could just take the money from you, I suppose.
I suppose you could, but why make a enemy when you can make a friend?
I have plenty of friends. And he looks around at the orcs.
And Sorin sees that this
Many
is
more where this
crows
came from.
talking, right?
The orcs aren't saying anything.
And the orcs aren't saying anything?
They're all looking at you very intently
Okay.
with their weapons out.
Alright. Vess, are you interested in making friends? I think we should make friends. And Sorin's going to cast Suggestion.
How's that spell work?
Sure. So you suggest a course of activity.
I could save the spell slot.
Limited to a sentence or two. You magically influence a creature you can see within range that can hear and understand you. Creatures that can't be charmed or immune to this effect.
It's verbal and material.
This suggestion must be worded in such a manner to make the course of action sound reasonable. Asking the creature to stab itself or kill itself in any way dissipates the spell. The target must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it pursues the course of action described to its best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration, which is 8 hours.
So how do you cast the spell?
Pull out my wand and it begins to glow.
You roll priority.
You pull out your wand.
If you're
Wait, hold on.
if you read the
This guy wants
components,
to fight. You're like,
Yeah.
Over. Oh, probably this gun.
you mean this?
But don't I need my wand so I don't have the components? Isn't that how it works?
Yes.
Well, whatever.
You don't have to wave it around.
Your focus is. What is your focus?
His wand.
My wand.
Just
So
keep
then
it in
you
your
need to use
pocket.
your wand.
You don't have to be like.
well,
You don't need to like
have to
be
use
like.
Yeah, but he has to say stuff. It's
well,
verbal.
is your
I said
The verbal would be.
is your wand your focus?
I feel like this was a warranted.
No, I agree.
Initiation
But I'm saying like the way
No, yeah.
the way Joe did it, spells can have up to 3 components: verbal, material, and semantic. Semantic is when you have to do like hand gestures and shit. So if it's just verbal material, I'm thinking he could just touch the wand
touch
without
the wand,
pulling it
yeah.
out and
Yeah,
say
yeah.
the
He said he pulled
suggestion.
Or you could pull it out and say, "Listen, bitches."
Yeah, I mean, he did this.
That's basically what he did.
Let's be friends.
Match with a kick.
Let's be friends.
He also said he said it started glowing too. So
You guys have a ton of opportunity right now to get experience we won't get.
yeah.
I don't have any way to kill them.
It's a good thing you didn't bring
It's a very much a risk-reward
combat
situation.
oriented.
Like you might die, but you
So-
might gain a whole level.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean,
What's up?
so I still get my spell, though, correct?
Can we
What's
see?
your turn
Heard a
priority?
message.
That is
The whole thing about surprise is like they're trying to mug you, like encircling you. They're not.
We
gonna
weren't
be
in priority, so if I casted like
Fireball.
Well,
anything.
let's flip it. If they had a bow, right, and you saw him start to
Knocking
pull
him
back
out.
to let go, would you just stand there and let him get it, or would you try to do something?
All right, Sorin is first in priority. So you still got to go first. So you still got to do it
like I
before they
said,
react.
I wasn't arguing. So yeah, and I cast Suggestion, and I tell him that we should be friends based upon the sentence or two that it is. He has to roll a Wisdom save.
Okay. What's the DC?
13.
It's a 20.
19.
Okay, I change it to an 8.
Baby.
Super lucky.
So hold on.
I mean,
it is a 6. I
So you can take a
I-
hostile enemy, make it now he has to be
I
friend.
changed-
he can
changed it to a
change
6.
any roll
Yep.
to whatever.
I change his roll to a 6, and I get to know what the roll is.
He already told you.
It seems pretty OP, but
It is very.
It is.
It is.
You're okay.
so does he have an opportunity to break the spell, or is he just has to follow it?
He has to follow it for 8 hours to the best of his ability.
There's no
You said let's
rerolls?
be friends.
I said, let's be friends.
Unless he takes damage, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. If I can't tell him to take damage,
Yeah,
Well,
he can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
anything to hurt him.
so I said, let's be friends.
So Lord Craven, that smile of his, he's still smiling, but the smile becomes a little bit less twisted, and he's like, you know what? Well, he looks to the orcs around him. Well, hold on a second. You can put your weapons away. And then I'll let Vess take her turn in priority.
Fucking stab him.
You guys went from, man, we really should have.
Definitely gonna die.
Man, thank God we didn't bring Prince.
Yeah, actually.
I'll save you.
Depends on if the orcs follow it.
That's true.
Yeah, well, I figured he'd be the leader, so that's who you target and make them.
No. So she's going to. Can I hold my action if they come towards us to move? Because I'm going to stay with him unless they charge at us, and then I'm going to use my action to get out of there.
Yeah. So it's Orc's turn, and the party's going to end because they're going to put their weapons away.
Okay.
And Craven's going to say, maybe it is a good idea to be friends. Maybe you can help us out.
Super lucky.
We're out here trying to make money. And just make our way north to back to Dalcopel.
Back to what?
Dalcopel.
Dabble
Dalcopel's not on the map.
Vess is going to be hiding behind Sorin, and she'll like peek around. And be like, what's in Dalcopel?
Well, that's where we're from. That's where we're all the Blood Mist people. That's basically like our, I guess you could call it our like base of operations. Actually, one of our people is governor of Dalcopel.
You're on the Blood Mists?
Yeah.
That's a pretty badass name.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. He holds out his fist to give you a pound.
That's
Yeah. To say, yeah, we're just trying to get some money. You think you can help us out?
I mean, I can always help out a friend.
Cool. So, you guys seem cool. I feel bad. I actually don't want to take any of your stuff, but you think maybe you could, like, I don't know, help us set up like an ambush for the other guys you're with? We plan something out a few days from now. We'll be waiting for them, jump them, take all their shit.
I have a better idea for you.
Yeah. What do you think?
There's a family. Oh my god. And I can tell you, I gave them my only gold coins I had. And they're about a day's walk west of here. They're in mourning, so they won't put up much of a fight.
We didn't murder Hobo.
We did not kill them.
Sister, I think you are forgetting one thing. They are missing children. Perhaps you have seen them?
We've kidnapped a lot of kids lately. You said these people were still alive?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we probably didn't go there.
They are missing some kids in the Chipolte woods.
Oh, the Chipolte, what is it? The Chipolte Woods, what's that?
The white fawn woods. We already named it. It's canon now.
It's canon now. Don't push back on this, Dan.
Dan, stop. Don't push. Dan, just let it happen.
I mean,
easy to remember.
We've kidnapped kids that were in the woods. I mean, could have been theirs. And you said these people have money? Where do we find them?
They have about 50 gold,
50?
I believe.
Where are they from here? We'll go over there.
A day's walk west.
But are you interested in making real money? Are you interested in making real money?
Well, yeah.
Because my sister is correct. They have some gold pieces. She did give them gold pieces. They are by themselves.
How much money do your friends have?
They are very vulnerable.
None. They're dirt poor.
They're like right there.
Pirates who came off of a boat.
Two goblins and broke-ass pirates.
The goblins never have money.
Goblins never have money. Ain't that
I mean, if you want shiny, useless pieces of metal.
Nah, yeah, they're fucking dumb. Do they have any like items, like magic items, expensive?
No,
armor?
they fight with sticks.
It doesn't even seem worth our time.
Might have a potion.
You guys seem so strong at the tavern. I figured you guys would have some stuff. What about that one sword? That one guy had that red sword. That's probably worth some money.
It's not. It's all theatrics. It's.
It seemed like something real special.
It's just like a lighter fluid, and he lit it on fire to make it look that way.
It's kind of weird.
Got a little bit of that alcohol on it, so that's why it was caught on flame.
What was the name?
Roll deception for that.
What was the name again?
Lord Craven.
No, you're the guy I'm talking to.
Lord Craven.
Craven.
Lord Craven? His name is Lord Craven?
Are you
Yeah, he lied about being crows.
11.
Wait, so
11?
Do we know who Lord Craven is? Like,
I don't
do we know who
Do I know who Lord
Lord
Craven is?
You have a Wanda poster for him.
Oh, wonderful. Oh.
Oh, everything just changed.
how much is it? Depends on how strong he is.
Your god needs you.
Lord Craven.
Oh, wait, he was at the freaking place and just sitting there, that cocky motherfucker.
He was.
They were too concerned with rape.
Yeah, they wanted to rape too much. Okay.
I gotta watch this.
Perhaps we can help each other. And you call me your friend, I call you my friend.
Sure.
Did you know that there are wanted posters for you asking for 1,000 gold pieces?
Of course.
It's not going to show me, it's just going to say it in conversation.
Oh, of course. A lot of the Blood Mist are wanted people. One of our allies, Loki, actually is being held in Vigor Valley City.
Who is actually seeking these gold? Who's paying these gold pieces for your head?
The mayor of Vigor Valley City.
The mayor of Vigor Valley.
So Vigor, you're against Vigor.
We don't really have any political ambitions, but they do. Unfortunately, they've been cracking down on us a lot lately.
He is a member of one.
So perhaps this.
No, but he signed the wrong name.
And I think my sister will agree. We will make sure that no one comes for you in this wanted poster.
How would you do that?
We have our ways.
That's not really an answer at all.
As you know, we serve on.
We don't serve anybody here.
You were just conscripting people for them.
We are here from another continent to see where our interests would lie. And you guys seem very powerful. And keeping friends like you would be very important for us. We do have some sway in both camps because of where we're from. So what he's saying is, with the right word, we can get your name removed off the wanted posters. Unless that's something you want. And then we can try to get the reward upped.
It does benefit us. It actually hinders us that we're on wanted posters. We'd much rather not be known.
I know,
That's why we travel incognito often.
Those pirates that we travel with think it's like an honor to be on a...
Well, they're fools.
Fucking is.
They really are. So maybe, perhaps this. Every wanted poster we come across, we tear up and rip up, so your names become less known around these areas, and less people come to seek for you and claim a bounty on your head.
Yeah, and some value.
And in exchange, maybe one day we seek your help, and you give us a hand.
Sure.
And don't kill those innocent people.
No, don't kill them.
You said they have gold.
Yeah, just take their gold. Don't kill them. They won't put up a fight.
Oh, you want us to take their gold and leave them alive? But then they can tell us.
You do what you want. I don't care.
If you do kill them though, it'll only make it more difficult for us to take down your wanted posters. More posters will come. But if you just take their gold pieces and leave them, take their food.
They have food there too? Ooh,
take whatever you want.
This sounds like a good destination for us.
Take whatever you want, just leave their lives.
How many people are there?
Just the two.
Do they have any weapons or anything?
Nope.
Not that we saw.
They're unarmed?
They are unarmed. They were very nice too. They were very nice.
That doesn't matter.
And they are missing their kids.
Yeah, we probably have them, maybe.
Well, maybe you do, and Sorin will describe the names and how they look with the blue and the blonde hair.
Are they like the Taliban? They kidnap kids and recruit them?
I haven't seen any kids that match the description, but we have a lot of blood mists. There's a lot of us out there. So someone else could have been one of our other allies that took them.
Are there any other allies we should look out for? People as friendly as yourself that maybe we should, if we ever come across, we should talk to.
Other blood mist people? Well, you already met Fivelina and Latius. They're not my kids, by the way.
Oh.
Well, the act was incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Spot on.
Yeah, they're both very, very dangerous, deadly females. They put out a great act.
Is that their true names as well?
Their actual names are Latius and Fivelina.
Are there wanted posters for them too?
In this area, Sir Galloway is around. That's really all I can think of that what you see around this area.
Okay.
So now that we're on friendly terms, we will be traveling. Is there any way or anything you could give us so that if we do stumble across another Blood Mist member, that perhaps we wouldn't have to have a transgression with them?
I don't have anything that I can give you. The thing is, if you encounter our people, it's very difficult under normal circumstances to convince them not to kill you or steal your stuff. The only thing I can think of that could maybe help you, they give you a chance, is if you repeat our credo, perhaps they might, and try to convince them that you are friendly towards me, perhaps that would help.
What is your credo?
What is yours is ours.
Doctor.
What is yours is ours. And Lord Whittaker, you are the leader of the Blood Mists?
That's not Lord Whittaker.
I am
Lord
not
Craven.
Lord
Lord Craven.
You could say that.
Okay.
I thought we were
Say that.
friends. You don't even know my name.
So saying that we are friends would hopefully deter any violence towards us.
I wouldn't be too optimistic. about that. You could try.
Really, if you could just spread the names of just Vess and Sorin, and maybe the goblins and the pirates not so much.
I do have a, we are going to take our leave and head towards those innocent people. We're going to go kill them and rob them, but there is one piece of information I want to give you guys that might help you.
Toward those innocent people.
The way, so like I said, as I said, we wanted to travel back north to Dalcopol, which is quite far. It's in the Abandon. Normally we would need tremendous amount of money to bribe bigger officials to travel all the way there. There's many difficult areas to pass through. We have to get through Pridecutter Keep, we have to get through Moat Lud, we have to get through Blue Bolt, and then we have to travel through the Clad Crownlands themselves. It's quite far to get to Dalcopol, but there is a major roadblock that there's no bribe that can get us through. Maybe you guys could figure out a way to clear the path. Forte had found out, apparently, that the lines of Pridecutter Keep allowed the one army to pass through and to pass across the Great Bridge into King Lorien's Valley. So they destroyed the bridge. There is a door leading to this underground passage that goes underneath the chasm, but the door is locked and I don't know how to get through it. And that's it. The way is not clear.
Perhaps
maybe you guys can figure something out.
Perhaps this. We will strike you a deal.
Yes.
You lay low as much as you can to not create as many wanted posters as possible. You leave the innocents. I apologize for my sister Vess outbursts. You leave the innocents. And we and our group will get that door unlocked for you. In the meantime, you spread the word of your loyalties to Vess and Sorin, and we will get that door open for you.
I appreciate that.
What do you say? Maybe like 6 heads.
Well, you roll persuasion.
Sure.
Your DC is going to be high because he really likes to kill innocent people and rob them.
Okay.
But let's roll a persuasion.
What is it? What's yours is mine?
Hey,
what is yours is ours.
What is yours
You got any inspiration for your brother, just in case? Rolling it.
Okay.
7.
No,
He said even with a plus 4.
He says, have inspiration at all?
What about your other thing?
Not right now.
What about your other thing?
What other thing?
Your flip.
Oh, I'm gonna change it to a 13 plus 3.
16?
Yep.
Plus a bardic inspiration.
Thank you, Doug. Plus the bardic inspiration. You got one of those?
He holds out his
do it
hand.
after I can't give it after.
Oh, okay.
Holds out his hand and he says, "Sure thing," and that Grinch smile is back, and he shakes your hand.
Shit.
What's yours?
Is ours.
Is that it? That's literally the whole credo?
This is ours.
Okay.
What is yours is ours.
Okay.
Vess is gonna tug on Sorin's arm and be like, "I think it's time for us to go."
I think so too, sister. Lord Craven, it was nice to meet you and your friends.
As you say that, he turns his back and like waves like that over the back of his shoulder.
Okay.
Keeps walking.
Okay.
And the orcs will follow.
Fucking a suggestion.
All right. So when they're out of earsight, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him.
Oh, you really?
I'm gonna slap Sorin like real hard in the back of the head.
Do you consent?
Yeah, I can.
I won't do damage, but thematically.
Sure.
Why would you use our real names? You fucking idiot.
Well, yeah.
Your spell runs out. He will know that we did a spell on him.
No, he doesn't. No.
So Veszelyes
Steve, he says you have
will
to roll
go
a stealth
ahead of
check.
Sorin back to
The tree perfectly blocking you.
the camp, and she's going to cast dancing lights over all of them.
Okay.
And she's going to be like, she's going to clap her hands. Okay, we have to get up. We have to get up, and try to wake everybody up. She's going to shake Prince and Rolan to get them up.
Right.
It's time to leave.
Thanks for watching this episode of Power Word Nerd. Be sure to follow us on all social media sites.